Every market right now is changing rapidly. You are starting to witness deflation. It has just begun. And everything from fine watches like Rolexes, vehicles, and houses are turning over. And you are going to see things in the next year that will blow your mind. And something really big just happened to the housing market. And this has not happened since 2009. And before I get into that, I'm going to share an email that just came in. It was amazingly timed by someone called Vinod. Thank you so much for this. Sent me just an email mailer from Lennar, massive home builder. They said now receive up to a $40,000 price reduction and receive $10,000 closing costs. Just so you know, before anyone runs out, there's much better deals around the nation than that. Lennar has had better. However, this is the first time that I've seen a $40,000 actual price reduction on a home. They are getting extremely, extremely desperate. Why is that such a big deal? Because when you reduce the price of your homes, if it is the second, third, or fourth track, you can have issues with the past buyers. Buyers will get very upset and say, I demand the same deal. And we have seen all kinds of things over the last year where home builders are trying to hide the fact that they're bundling up homes right now and selling them at a 30 to 40% reduction to large funds. Please, just buy it. You don't even need earnest money. We are seeing the collapse of the housing market, and most people are going to absolutely pass this up. So what we're seeing, and this story comes out of Wolf Street. I've actually got this story and I've got some census data that will blow your mind, because the narrative over the last few years has been that we have a housing shortage. And I say that is absolutely not the case. As a matter of fact, there are more homes built today than there were in 2009. It's an easy thing to figure out. We see new home construction everywhere. But what people don't understand is there is a shadow inventory of new homes that are being built currently and being hidden. Some of them go to funds and are made into rentals. Others are being held for, well, it was about 6 months ago, builders were trying to hold on for a little bit better timing when it came to the rates going down. And now we're seeing all of this housing inventory hitting the market rapidly, where Redfin and Zillow spin it and say, hey, new home sales surged this much. Well, it's because they may have surged, let's say 20%, but when all of a sudden new homes available for sale surged 40% in the same time frame, you start to figure out that these homes aren't selling. And that is why, and this is, I don't care what realtor.com tells you. I don't care what any of these companies like Zillow or Redfin tell you. When a company sits there and they say, 2 reasons to buy now, we are rapidly dropping prices, it's because they can't sell homes. And there is incredible opportunity here. So before we start that, there are 3 days left of the real estate masterclass available. There's 10 slots today. And after Monday, these will not be open anymore. So if you want to go look at what that includes, it's down below. This story out of Wolf Street: inventory for newly completed homes surges to the highest level since 2009, triple from 2 years ago, exactly what's needed to bring down prices across the housing market. Again, you've been fed a narrative that is a straight up lie. Inventory of new completed homes jumped to 99,000 houses in July, the highest since 2009, about triple the inventory during the price spike era of March 2001 through June of 2002. Sales of completed houses jumped 27% year over year to 28,000. At this brisk rate, the unsold inventory of completed houses translates to a healthy 3.5 months of supply. Again, supply is increasing and days on market is also increasing. This means that the housing market is weakening rapidly. These speculative houses are essentially move-in ready. They have to be sold quickly. Builders have tied up lots of capital in them, and the inventory is encouraging builders to throw more incentives and mortgage rate buydowns into the mix. When you hear the phrase mortgage rate buydown, you have to remember that most of these buydowns are temporary. So you have mortgage rates that are resetting, mortgage payments that are resetting constantly as people were conned into, honestly, conned into buying a house at a lower rate. This is exactly what happened during the last crisis, during the Great Recession. And then they find themselves unable to refinance them and they can't make those payments when the payment resets. It says here, inventories of houses in all stages of construction, from not yet started to completed, remained at about 466,000 houses for the third month in a row, along with August to October of 2022, the highest since 2008. Again, we are in a moment where not only do you have massive supply hitting the market, and let me show you this real quick. Let me go back. Of course, that had to delete. All right, here we go. Let me pop this up because a lot of people will not think this is very impressive at all, right? This chart, you could see where we're at back in 2009 numbers. So you could see that massive spike right there, right? And a lot of people would say, Ninja, there's a ton of homes that were built from 2006 to 2007, mid 2007. We're about to see a spike like that because those homes, those permits have been pulled. They're actually being built around the country right now. And most people have no concept that this is actually happening. Here, I'll show you. If you go to the Census Bureau, this is the most recent census data for housing. This came out August 16th, and it's entitled New Monthly Residential Construction for July of 2024. It says privately owned housing units authorized by building permits in July were at a seasonally adjusted rate of almost 1.4 million. Now it says this was 4% below the revised June rate. And remember, there's a lot of revisions. It is constant in your face that economists can't count, okay? Officials are straight up deceiving people. And it's hidden, it's shown, it's proven through revisions, but that the truth really doesn't hit the markets. It says here though, it's 7% below the July 2023 rate of 1.5 million units. Single family authorizations, or here, where's that data I needed? Housing starts. Privately owned housing starts in July were at a seasonally adjusted rate of 1.2 million units. This is 6.8% below the revised June, again, more revisions, and 16% below the July 2023. So that shows you, well, they're going down. However, check this out. Single-family housing starts in July were at a rate of 851,000, which is a 14.1% increase. It says here, privately owned housing completions in July were at a seasonally adjusted rate of 1.5. This is up 8.4%, and it is up 13.9%, which was a revised number from June. We are seeing still millions of homes being built every month. And there are a lot of people who say, well, it's down, but they're still coming online. They're still slamming into a point, and these are new permits that are pulled, right? When we're talking about completions, there are so many homes around the country right now that are in the middle of being built that are going to hit the markets this winter. Think about what that's going to do to the supply of homes and what that is going to do to these companies that are hemorrhaging. It says inventory, Home builders sold about 64,000 homes in July, not seasonally adjusted, up by 6.7% year over year and 12% from July of 2019, according to Census Bureau. The reason why they're doing this is because they're able to buy down rates and offer these discounted prices or additional add-ons, the things that you add on. Hey, I don't like carpet, I want wood floors, things like that. And it's really scary to see the fact that there are still some people, and when we say some, it's because there are very few homes being sold in America right now. running into the market. There's going to be a lot of opportunity here in the next year to 2 years to scoop up amazing deals, especially as people's credit gets absolutely wrecked. And we're seeing it all over the news with delinquent credit card payments. Automotive repossessions are just exploding. And you think every time somebody gets their car repoed or their credit dinged because they're not paying their credit card on time, they are now completely out of the housing market. And this is why we have busts in the housing market, because things go bad, banks tighten their lending, and very few people can qualify for a home. Now, if you're serious about this, you need to be studying and preparing now, because a prepared person makes a good decision. And I'm seeing that with my students right now. Some people are buying homes that have taken courses from me, knowing that homes are going down, but they want to fix the place they live, set up a control center or like a command post, and start buying up rentals. Some are buying rentals in the Midwest where homes actually have not gone up in value, but cash was there because industries are rapidly moving out of states like California and Oregon and Washington, and moving to cheaper places where there's better labor force, a stronger labor force, cheaper labor, and less regulations on them. So there are still places around this country that have been completely untapped, and there are people going over right now and buying rentals, and they're getting some like between 17 and 28% cash on cash returns right now. This is phenomenal. But there are a lot of people that are going to sit on the sideline. I hope you got something out of this. I think this is incredible information. I think watching Zillow and Redfin twist data is just absolutely phenomenal. And I hope you take advantage of this. If you want, there's 10 slots open today for the Real Estate Master Course. That is all of my courses I've ever made on real estate in the past, and everything will be included that I make in the future. But on top of that, we're doing group coaching calls. I am going to take away every excuse you have. For those of you, and type one down below if you're one of the people that actually want to commit to doing this and making money, because I'm going to destroy every excuse you've ever had, because I have a background in what it's like to be told I can't do it. If you want it bad enough, you'll figure it out. I didn't have any help. I did this all on my own. I started, no joke, selling trains, selling electric trains on eBay to buy my first home. Before you knew it, a few years later, I had 14, and I didn't have anyone to coach me. I didn't have a mentor. I wish I did. I'd have 100 homes back then, but I got out by the skin of my teeth before that last cycle, and now I'm sitting here poised with cash, ready to pounce. The only difference is it's getting scary out there, and this isn't the time to be messing around and going, you know, it's all about me or it's all about one person. Our country's going downhill fast, and it's going downhill because the government controls all the purse strings, and it's because the government and the elites are getting wealthier and the middle class is getting poorer. So I want to be able to show you how to go out there and absolutely crush it. I hope you got something out of this, the Economic Ninja. Oh, one last thing. There is a video coming out later today of somebody from my masterclass that I actually have been personally helping. There's two people. I'm going to start doing interviews with the course members of how they're buying homes, how they're saving home money, and what's really going on. And so we took the 360 camera out to the site where a home seller completely tried lying to us about the market, and we came out on top. So if you want to keep an eye out for that video, it should be coming out later this afternoon. Thank you so much for watching. The Ninja is out.